They said that one morning at a certain training base, a squad of engineers was conducting an explosive ordnance disposal exercise with the robot. When the robot was retreating, the wheel got stuck on something. Upon closer inspection, they were shocked to find it was a fully naked female corpse. The body was positioned in a star shape, and the limbs were securely nailed down with those stakes used for tents. Underwear and a rope were tied around the neck, suggesting death by strangulation. Something like this happening inside the barracks. The identity of the deceased is very clear. It's a female soldier. As for the method of the crime, it's unclear how much suffering she endured before her death.
The murderer? There must be more than one. Definitely had help to pin down like this.
Soon, the investigators of the case arrived at the scene. Poor Banner, because there are too many suspect names coming up, and they're not easy to remember. Let's stick to our usual and call him Lao Ma. Old Ma arrived at the scene, and the preliminary judgment was just as we guessed before: death by rape, dead for about 3 hours. The time of the crime should be around 4 o'clock in the morning, with obvious rigor mortis, and there are about 50 footprints at the scene. But strangely, there is no clear bodily fluid evidence in the key areas. It depends on what the autopsy report says.
What shocked Old Ma the most was that he actually knew this woman.
A couple of days ago, he came to this base to investigate an illegal arms dealing case, and his car had a flat tire. Without proper tools at hand, it was this woman who helped him change it. She was radiant, enthusiastic, and kind-hearted, and he was instantly smitten. He even gave her a gift, hoping to get to know her better. But unexpectedly, less than 2 days later, she was dead. Of course, that's not the main point. The main point is he didn't know that this woman had another identity as the general's daughter, named Lisa. Yes, it's the daughter of Army Lieutenant General Campbell, who has recently appeared in the news and is preparing to retire from active duty and run for vice president.
将军的女儿，是的。
Then that's correct. Today, the name of our story is the general's daughter. To have such an impressive father looking across the entire military camp who would dare to touch her, even 9 heads wouldn't be enough to chop off. But in fact, it really did happen this way. As for what hidden truths are inside, we will follow Old Ma's perspective to gradually uncover the secrets behind this case. When Comrade Lao Ma found out the identity of the deceased, he was completely overwhelmed. This matter may be very tricky. There are over 50 footprints at the scene. Are there really over 50 perpetrators? Moreover, even if footprints are examined, it won't help, as everyone has the same issued shoes. Being able to identify them would indeed be strange. Other clues have to be relied upon. So after setting things up at the scene, he had no choice but to report it. The military police captain at this urban warfare base is Kenk, a good friend of Lao Ma. According to him, the first to discover the body was the engineer squad, and they were all sleeping in the camp that night, having alibis. Additionally, the deceased was currently dating the son of the local sheriff, so the possibility of a crime of passion cannot be ruled out. Everyone knows how it is between the police station and the military camp. Typically, if something happens in the military, the internal investigation comes first, and the police generally can't intervene. There's a unit in the military specifically responsible for handling criminal cases, called the CID. Our Old Ma is a detective in the CID, and his partner on the case is Xiao Mei, an undercover agent sent from headquarters. Old Ma's ex-girlfriend. 2 years ago, Xiao Mei got married, and he still hasn't gotten over the heartbreak. Now, when the two talked and learned that Xiao Mei had divorced again, Lao Ma felt a bit better. You see, without me, you can't make it work with someone else. However, while feeling secretly pleased, he was still thinking of a way to bring Xiao Mei back to his side. The romantic subplot between the two is also a secondary storyline in this story. A tough guy paired with a beauty, engaging in flirtatious banter while balancing personal life amidst the action and fighting. It's a standard action movie side dish. The general's daughter is dead, so according to procedure, everyone in the camp, from top to bottom, could be the killer. Of course, those closely related are prioritized. Who are they? First, there's these two, Engineer Xiao Shuai and Adjutant Lao He. This Lao He doesn't seem like someone who would be involved in a romantic relationship or jealousy. So, for now, let's keep in mind another Xiao Shuai. In the shot that quickly flashed by, although this person didn't stand out much, they were, according to the rules of a suspense film, often these minor characters are the hidden culprit. So, is he really? Everyone might as well make a guess first. Guess. And type your thoughts on the public screen. Let's continue talking. At this moment, Comrade General wore a heavy expression, instructing. Old Ma said that the investigation must be quick, because these matters generally can't be covered up, and soon the Alliance Headquarters Bureau will get involved. Once those people get involved, the whole world will pretty much know. Everyone understands that if such a scandal is exposed, the General's vice president would be... No need to think about it. So they only have 3 days for the investigation, a very short time. As they were leaving, the adjutant, Old Hay, privately instructed, saying no matter who you arrest, everyone has to report to me first.
Old Ma asked why, said we have.
What about the special power of arrest? He said that within our forces, there are 3 ways of doing things. The right way, the wrong way, and the not right way.
There are 3 ways of doing things. The right way, the wrong way, and the army way. Make sure that in doing it your way, Mr. Brenner.
你别忘了军队的方式。
What's the meaning? It means that as long as you're in the army, no matter what you do, you must follow the leader's orders. Right or wrong is not important. What's important is obedience. You see, if right or wrong doesn't matter, is there perhaps another implication? Old Ma isn't a fool. He immediately knew that Lao He definitely had something on his mind, so quite simply, Lao He also made it onto the list of suspects. So next comes the main event. The deceased home is a bit peculiar. On the surface, various things.